But after that, we are going to react to Volkanovski's interview. Let's pull up Volk's interview because I've been told about this and I saw it earlier today and I definitely want to react to it. Let's watch this interview. Let's see how he's doing. My prediction, let me do a prediction for this. Volk is going to say that he got caught and that we all knew Toporia's way to win was by catching him. That's always the classic cope excuse. And don't get me wrong, sometimes I think you can say that. Like Usman can say that he got caught by Leon Edwards with a head kick, but Volk is going to say, we all knew he had a puncher's chance and he caught me. We all knew he had a puncher's chance. Yeah, sure.
Okay. And, you know, let's just make a scenario. Let's say he does defend the title against Max and it's towards the end of the year. Would there be any chance of you fighting anybody else, or would you just say, hey, I'm fighting for the title, man. I deserve that. I earned that.
I mean, you find me an exciting fight, maybe in a lightweight division or something like that.
Fuck that!
Yeah, maybe.
An exciting fight in the lightweight division.
I deserve that. I earned that.
Volk's talking like he's still undefeated.
I mean, you find me an exciting fight, maybe in a lightweight division.
Dude, screw that. Maybe Justin Gaethje of Benoit's head kick St. Denis? Dude, this is the issue with Volk, bro. He just got knocked out twice and he wants to move up to lightweight. To be fair, there's still a skill gap. And his chin would be improved at lightweight. But like, bro, we don't need you getting head kicked anymore. Lightweights can head kick him more easy.
Or something like that. That's
Screw that, bro.
Yeah, maybe, you know what I mean?
Maybe a tough fight at 170. I could see Volk wanting to move up to fight Jack Della Maddalena in a no bars hold, nothing but respect brother matchup, fellow Australian countryman matchup. Just to have a tough man contest. I could see Volk challenging Jack Della Maddalena to a tough man contest. Fuck
I
that.
don't want to wait too long. Maybe we could put something out there, but
dude, no! That basically means Volk just said, if I don't get my fight by the end of this year, and again, the end of this year for Volkanovski means September. Volk is basically saying if I don't get a fight by the end of this year, September 1st or August 29th, that he's going to be leaping at the bits to get a fight, and it's going to be so bad and so tempting that he's going to move up to lightweight to face Rafael Fiziev. That he's going to move up to welterweight to face JDM and Shavkat Rakhmonov in a tough man contest. That's what Volk's saying. Take some time off! You can't afford to lose. One more loss and you might be out of the top 5. You're on thin ice already. You can't have that many losses. That's the thing. It's statistically permissible to lose up until you get KO'd 3 times. You're only 36. You've got Henry Cejudo giving Merab a tough first round and Henry Cejudo taking 2 rounds off of Aljo at 36 or 37. You can't get knocked out every single time. That's a little bit too much.
Seminar, just take us through all of that and how that was.
yeah, it was good. So obviously I'm part owner of Bangtao. I've been meaning to come for a while now, come back, obviously been here a couple of times. We found the right time right now because I'm going to start, picking up training. It's been great. Obviously trying to get used to this hot weather and just start getting that workload back up. So I've had a nice big break. Obviously still, not going crazy with the training, but this has been great to sort of flip that switch and be like, all right, let's start ramping things.
It's funny because Volk lost so much aura, bro. So much aura, man. Ever since getting knocked out by Topuria.
It's been fun.
Just a year ago, we were talking about how Volk is like unstoppable. When Volk was on top, bro, he was seen as like an unstoppable Tasmanian devil that damaged people. We were talking about Volk like they used to show Tony Ferguson collages of all of his opponents' faces. They used to do that with Volk. They showed TKZ's face, Ortega's face, Max Holloway's face. Now Volk is like the pillow puncher. He's like the Tootsie Roll puncher. Even Max Holloway's got more pop than Volk these days. That's the issue with Volk. It's like, is his power, he just doesn't have the finishing ability. He's got all the speed, he's got all the technique in the world. He just doesn't have the finishing ability, and he's kind of a decision guy, to be honest. He could still beat a walrus. Volk could still definitely beat a walrus.
Of course, obviously people want to know your status. You know what I mean? Like, what's going on? What's the current situation with you? And you said you're going to get back into it. What does that mean exactly?
Well, just I've made it clear that I was planning on fighting no earlier than the end of the year, right? So that's pretty much what it's.
The end of the year for Volkanovski is like the end of the year is the fourth quarter. That's the end of the year for Volk. It's September 1st. Volkanovski's end of the year. Oh, I told him I wouldn't come back to him until the end of the year at the earliest, which is September 1st. It's August 29th. That's the end of the year for Volk. Remember that, guys.
And,
Volk's going to try to sneak his way into the freaking September card.
That still stands. But,
fuck that.
I've been really enjoying the chilling. Don't get me wrong. I'm always training. Not as much as I usually would. Like I said, I'm training usually 24/7 all year round. Which is great, that's what, especially while you're chasing the dream, getting to the top and staying on top, and you need that. You need to have that.
That's why Volkanovski is one of the GOATs, because of how hard he trains. And I actually still think, skill for skill, if there was no such thing as a KO, which is obviously, if my grandma had wheels, she'd be a bus. If there was no such thing as KOs and it was just point for point, tit for tat, Volk is still the champ. Volk still beats Ilia Topuria, which is obviously dumb as fuck to even say, but I still think Volk is skilled enough and fast enough to defy the odds and become the first ever champion at 35 or older. All right. Obviously, I am coping, but I'm being honest. Like, we know Volk is still skill-wise built different. Volk skill-wise is still built different. But unfortunately, Topuria, this is the thing about Topuria. Topuria is skilled enough to land the KO blow. That's why I picked him. Topuria may not have a tool bag that's as deep, but he's got the skills that are close enough to be able to land a big gnarly shot and knock Volk out. And he's got the equalizer. And I'm not saying it like a Izzy fan after the first Izzy Pereira fight where they talked about Pereira like he was just a big dumb slugger. No, obviously Topuria's got like amazing boxing. He's better with pure boxing than Volk, but you get my point.
That fighter's identity, as some people say, you need to have that commitment. That's what's got me to where I am, so now I have that knowledge because of that, so I can be very thankful for that. But I'm in a position where I can chill for you. It's been 3 months where, even though I was still training, nothing crazy, been able to, spend quality time with the family.
Volk's been hard sparring with Mark Hunt. Volk's been hard sparring with the Taffa brothers on the low. He sneaks out for sparring sessions against heavyweight boxers.
It's always been plenty of time with the family, but even more quality time, getting plenty of content out. Friends and family, just all that
stuff. To be fair, Cooking with Volk actually was on the New York Times bestsellers. I saw it in Texas Weekly, too. Volk's cooking show has made it to the big cooking magazines, guys. It's made it on Times 100 cooking magazine of the century. Volk's cooking show. No, but actually, though, I am happy to see Volk and his cooking videos do well. We need a Volk versus Lucas Chopped. I don't know if you guys have seen the show Chopped, but we should do a Volkanovski versus Lucas Tracy, Jim Miller Chopped episode.
Back to that. All right, flip that switch, and we need that fighter's identity back, right? So there's going to be a full schedule. No more time for, obviously there's always going to be time for family, but no more, whether it's playing golf or fishing trips and all that, some of that stuff, them sacrifices are going to have to come back, sacrifice all them good times so I can stick to a goal, and that goal is to get that belt back, and I am going to get that. So that switch needs to flip soon. And,
if Volk gets the belt back, he's the GOAT. He's the GOAT of the sport.
Like I said, that's why we're here, to start ramping it up. So it's still easing in, just doing a couple of sessions a day, quality sessions, catching up with everyone here.
Hopefully he's learning submissions, because I'd like to see Volk start hitting submissions.
Obviously, the rematch.
He should change his style like Glover.
Topuria, the last couple of months, he's been doing interviews and he's been saying this, he's been saying that, but the latest is his 2-fight plan.
Why is he laughing, man? This guy's holding in laughter. This dude's laughing at the photo of Volk getting KO'd.
And Topuria, the last couple of months, he's been doing interviews and he's been saying this.
Damn, bro, it's disrespectful, man. Don't be laughing in your head about Volk getting KO'd.
His 2-fight plan, he wants to defend the title against Max and then go fight in a huge stadium against Conor McGregor. What do you think of his ambitions?
Man, look, he's been chasing.
Look, man, he's a goofy fool. Look, man, he's a goofy fool. He should be fighting me. He knocked me out clean. Let's hear what Volk has to say.
You know what I mean? Obviously, he's gonna
try to talk his talk, but, last time I checked, I'm the one with the belt.
Right, like, obviously, he's playing the game. He's going to say these things. put him into sort of reality, but, there's a good chance that doesn't happen. And I'm sure he's going to accept that. But, I mean, he's going to put it all out there, see what comes. If not, fight the fights that are going to be. At the end of the day, you know what I mean? The UFC are going to tell him what to do. He knows that, whether he likes it or not, that's just how it is.
Topuria definitely ain't breaking any records for pay-per-views anytime
I think
soon.
It's pretty obvious what his next options are going to be. It's going to be your Alex Volkanovskis or Max Holloway, you know what I mean? And that's that. You ain't going up in other divisions yet. You still got a lot more to prove in your division. Again, you're a great fighter, but, you need to get them defenses. You need to, do more to prove yourself, you know what I mean? Look what I had to do to prove myself. Fight guys like Max Holloway 3 times. Fought your Aldos, I fought all the top guys, Ortegas,
Fought the Ortegas.
That's all these guys before I had to even try and go up, you know what I mean? So that's just how it is.
Let me just see this. No GOAT candidates have wins like Aldo or Max, and Volk did it 4 times. That's true. There are people with good wins on the GOAT list. Like, Dustin Poirier has a win over Max, but no one that actually, when you tally them all up and you get down to the nitty gritty, that's in our top 5 consideration. Not DJ, not Jones, not GSP, not Anderson Silva, not Habib. None of these guys have wins like Aldo or Max, let alone 4 of them. Let that sink in, guys.
And that's all he's going to be. Not even really talking to him too much. Told him that I want end of the year.
End of the year, bro.
How active does he want to be?
We don't need to see you return at the end of the year. Wait till 2025. So Volk has 2 options. Wait till next year to face him again, or fight a pillow-handed fool to keep active.
It's always going to be for the
Because, the thing is, we want Volk to take time off. If it's Aljamain Sterling, Volk get in there right now. If it's Aljamain Sterling, you may as well fight him next week. I don't even care about the concussion.
Next. But now we're getting to the point where, I don't want to wait too long either, right? So I'm happy to wait a bit, but not too long because, I sort of had it in my head end of the year. If it ends up falling into early next year, I'll probably be a bit more gutted with that, but...
Bro, but that'd be better than... I'd rather Volkanovski be gutted and pissed off so that he trains even harder than, fight too soon, unless it's against a pillow-handed guy. Thank you for the $2. John and GSP's wins are better without visiting the Shadow Realm. GSP had to tap to strikes and got fucked up by Matt Serra, which is really cool, though. Really cool, just saying, because he got it back, right? Shout out to GSP for getting it back. GSP got finished by Matt Serra. Pathetic. It's better to, you know what I'll say? People act like the Shadow Realm is the worst place to get sent in a loss. It's maybe the worst for your health. There's nothing worse for your legacy than getting finished by a volley, a big shelly. There's nothing worse than getting finished by a big shelling. Shout out to John Gooden. If you know what a big shelly is, But my point is, I'd rather get flatline KO'd for my legacy than get beat to a fucking pulp, to where the ref has to step in because you're getting your ass kicked so badly and it's so one-sided for so long they got to step in, rather than it's competitive, boom, it's not, you're out. Both are bad. One is more indicative of your skill set, though. So quit playing around. I'd rather get put out one punch than get hit with a big shelly. Straight up. Cope, man. Cope, bro. You can say cope all you want. Matt Serra finished GSP. Volk got finished by Ilia Topuria that would shit all over any fighter that ever fought in that era. Volkanovski got finished on short notice. Fat Volk off of the couch off of an arm surgery. 8 days notice against Islam Makhachev, the pound-for-pound #1. Habib 3.0. Jones got beat by decision against Reyes. I'd rather get knocked out on short notice coming off of an arm surgery against Habib 3.0 than getting beat by Dominic Reyes or getting beat by Matt Serra. Reyes by decision. People, this is the true sign of a casual. Damn, bro got knocked out. He'll never be the GOAT. I'd rather you get KO'd than beat by decision, tit for tat, band for band, skill for skill over the course of a 5-rounder. You're the GOAT, and you're losing the majority of a 25-minute fight to a guy that's not supposedly on your level. It's one thing if you get tagged with a big shot. right? It's one thing if you get tagged, and I'm not saying Volk just got caught with like a lucky punch. I'm saying it's one thing if you just get punched once and you're out. Like your opponent checkmates you, but it's another thing if you're getting your ass handed to you. Okay? Volk, that's the thing about Volk, because I'll just turn this back on you. Volk has never been beat by decision, and actually did by Makhachev. That sucks. Volk got beat by decision once against a very solid Khabib 3.0, which was a very close fight, up a weight class. But still, that's once. In his own division, Volk has never even come close to losing a decision outside of the Holloway rematch, which he definitely won. But you got my point. Volk doesn't lose many rounds, all right? You get the point. Volk's not like out here... I guess what I'll say is this. Volk never got his fucking ass whooped. Volk never got his ass whooped. GSP did against Johnny Hendricks. GSP did against Matt Serra. John Jones did against Dominic Reyes. Volk's never been whooped. Volk's had close fights with Max. He's had close fights with Makhachev. Chess matches. Chess battles. High-level stuff with beakers and lab coats. Test tubes. All right? He's not getting smoked like these other guys. I mean, listen, I respect Max Serra. He's probably really dangerous in the dojo. Matt Serra is like a dangerous local black belt at the local dojo if you grapple with him. But, you know, as far as striking goes, my 2 years of rusty kickboxing is at the same level of Matt Serra's big bombing style. I say, some people are sluggers, some people are brawlers. Matt Serra was a big bomber back in the day. He just went out there and bombed on you with no technique, with his T-Rex arms. So stop playing.
Way. But again, he's in a position where he's like, why would I fight somebody in their country or whatever?
Matt Serra's T-Rex arms, bro.
Fine, I understand. I wouldn't care because I've fought everyone in enemy territory.
Listen, I'm not delusional. I'm not delusional. Of course, Matt Serra would beat my ass. Like, dude, Matt Serra's bombing style is still good enough with the threat of the takedown to beat me. Statistically permissible to lose. Yeah. That's the thing you got to spam. It's statistically permissible. Say it with me. When Volk lost, it was statistically permissible to lose. And the Weasel, you know how the Weasel's like a beakers and test tubes sort of breakdown X's nose guy? And people talk about the Weasel, especially, they talk about Khabib fans. I do see Khabib fans glaze Weasel. Khabib fans glaze the Weasel more than they glaze Khabib these days. They talk about the Weasel like he's the all-knowing wizard. And I love the Weasel. Shout out to the Weasel, but not even the Weasel is offering you real insight like this. Like, Volk lost when it was statistically permissible to lose. He lost when it was, not only was it statistically permissible to lose, oh my God, I can't believe I'm about to say this. Let me just say this. Not only did Volk lose when it was statistically permissible to lose, Volk was also coming off of the couch off of an arm surgery, fat 8 days notice. Combined with it being 30, when him being 35. When he lost to Topuria, he was coming off of a first round knockout loss when it was statistically permissible to lose, and then he lost again when it was even more statistically permissible. So people just don't understand, bro.